Hello everyone, Bobby here from XGR, and today we're going to take a look at Fade to Silence. It was developed by Black Forest Games and published by THQ Nordic. Released on the 30th of April 2019, priced at £39.99, which is $49.99 or €49.99. I'm going to jump in one of Russ's games, and we're just going to jump in and take a look around. Right, so I've just jumped into Russ's game, and we're going to take a quick look around the base. We've got a few builds that we've already built, but there's a long list that you can do. I think Russ is going to show them off now, and then we'll go and take a look around the actual world.
Yep, so yeah, as Bob just said, we've got a couple built already. So building is required for your survival. You can get more equipment, better equipment than what you start with. So if I just quickly pull up my menu, I know you guys not be able to see it, but I'll put a building in the middle of the area so you can see a brief outline of each one. It's right next to where Bobby is now. So when you're building, you get an overhead view. So you've got a hut. The huts are for each survivor. You need to build one for each survivor. It makes resource usage a lot easier. You've got a sledding kennel. That's somewhere for your dogs to go. You find dogs throughout the world, and then once you've got those, you can actually go around on a sled. Woodcarver's corner, butcher's corner, crafting shack, medicine hut, forge, and workshop, and a cult library. So they're the buildings. You've also got palisades, palisade gate, and you've got different angles for the palisade walls as well there. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward once you get into building it. Obviously you need resources galore, but once you do get buildings built and start crafting the better items, the game does become a little bit easier because it is very unforgiving.
Yeah, just to quickly show off, this is the kennel where the dogs sit. This one here, you can access your main inventory from most of the buildings. I think apart from the huts, isn't it? Or most of the other ones have it.
I
also,
think the huts have.
Do the huts have it, do they? Oh, they do. So they do.
Yeah, the huts have a stash, yeah.
What you've seen me do there, by the way, is I pull right trigger and then it highlights everything for you on the map. He had to take ages there, didn't he? Did you get that as well at the same time?
He did.
Yeah.
I did,
when you're recording, they have to do the long ones, don't they? But yeah, different buildings have different purposes. You can upgrade certain tools, weapons, armor, things like that. You need different ones for all. Like Russ was saying, you need to gather a hell of a lot of resources to build some of them. I know you touched on the huts. It brings down the resources per person, and by that we mean it brings down the amount of food consumed and the amount of wood they use to keep warm, I believe. So you do kind of need one per person. We put a big wall in here with gates on, and I feel like we took too small of an area, but I don't know if this is the maximum you could go, because you built it, Russ. I didn't see how far you could go.
That's the maximum. Yeah, that's as far out as you can build.
Right.
And you have to build that as if they're looking at your screen. If you look at the top right, you want to explain those, Bob. Your cold, your hunger, and the third one.
Alright, I'm looking up. I'm looking up like, what's he on about? So yeah, top right, the first little emblem that you have looks like a crystal. This main crystal over here that's sticking out the ground, you can use it as a teleport point, and you have to cleanse these when you come to the main outpost towers, and then you can teleport to each individual one. When that fills up and goes red, this crystal starts letting out some sort of flash that travels along the land, and it'll push the enemies back when they're coming to attack your buildings. So you have to come back, and you have to take them out, basically. You can build defences, and we haven't had to at the minute because we've always been coming back, but you can build turrets and things like that. Second one in is your hunger, so as that starts filling up you need to eat. Third one is how cold you are. You can see I'm sitting at 3 degrees at the minute. You can have a torch that keeps you warm as you run around, but the further you get into the game, it doesn't really make much of a difference. If you look at my character, if I go to the menu, you can see I have a level 2 fur jacket on, level 1 armor. I also have a sword on the bottom left there, and I've got a level 2 bow. You can get pouches as well, so you can carry extra, and you can carry like arrows and stuff like that. You can also see me scrap metal felon axe and my mining pick. Obviously that's for gathering your resources. I'm just going to talk over him because he's doing me head in right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the backpack menu. You do have boons and blessings. Because I'm in Russ's game, it wasn't letting me upgrade any of the ones in the Circle of Torment, but I can on the permanent on the right hand side when I collect them as I go. You can see all my upgrades I've got there.
To touch on that as well, your permanent blessings, because you've got continues on this.
Yes.
So your Flames of Hope is what your continues. So as long as you've got a Flame of Hope, if you die, you can respawn back in the same game. If you've run out of those, you have to start the game again. But if you keep your permanent blessings, they're all little tiny shards you pick up throughout the world. And then you've got the centipede. You got that up on screen, Bob?
Not right now, I don't. I've just quickly jumped in just to grab some things out of the thingy, but I'll get it up right now for you, mate. Right, so you got permanent ones on the right hand side, then you've got the Circle of Torment in the centre.
Yeah, so the Circle of Torment, when you clear out other outposts, you get a boon. And you can, if you completely die, you can run out of the Flames of Hope. When you completely die and have to restart the game, you can add a boon to that central area. So you can start the game. So, well, the first time I died, it's the only time I've died completely, I put it into the wood one. You can scroll around, can't you? On there?
Yeah, hold it firewood, that's the one you put it on, because it's the only one that's it's highlighted at the minute.
Yeah, so you start the game with loads of firewood. So in a sense, the more you die, the easier the game gets. But you do need to, you can't just keep dying over and over, you do need to progress through and get the boons from the outposts. So that covers that quickly anyway. So yeah,
so in essence,
loads to this, and we're trying to cover as much as we can in this video, aren't we?
Yeah, it's a very in-depth game, very in-depth. But in essence, like boons claimed, I've got one because I've been letting you collect them with it being your world. How many do you have? Does it say?
So the boons claimed is actually the one that I've picked. I do have boons somewhere.
No, on the left-hand side,
so
if you go onto it, it says boons. Oh no, it does say boons claimed 1.
Yeah, 1 of 19.
So is there anywhere where you can see how many you've collected as you've played?
No. I can't remember where that was. I know I've got about 6 or 7 though.
So does this mean when you die you'll get 6 or 7 options, do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be able to spend all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So we could, in essence, die, restart, and have loads of extras for our next playthrough, kind of thing, if we wanted to do that.
I mean, because that's another thing to say as well. Another reason to do that is all of the resources have a finite amount. So if you put up the map, Bob, you can show them that first area that's just outside of the gate, everything's gone. If you zoom right into, say, the hunting grounds and the woods, they're all gone.
You can see there where I'm highlighting.
So
and
the more time you spend in the game doing stuff, the harder it's going to be. So it's a toss-up of time management, resource management. You can't just hang around doing nothing. You've got to get through the game relatively quickly. I mean, we have completed it now. This is a reload just before the end. But we have come back because there is lots of stuff to do still. The nests we've got to take out, which is where we're going to go in a second.
Showing it now, showing where the nests are. I'm showing the legend as well, so you can see on the left hand side there, you can see the depleted resources, and all of them will just go like that. They'll lose the colour, and they'll just be like a see-through kind of grey for everything. When you've taken out the nests, like we'll have on this one here, obviously it just goes pretty much see-through. But you can see like there's a wooded area where we need to go, a resource area on there which we haven't touched yet. And then there's all the ones up here. We haven't really needed the wood ones as much because we've been building quite a bit. But every time you get a watchtower, which is these here, an outpost, then you get there's like a
strongbox.
Yeah, there's a strongbox in there with loads of goodies in. So we've just been nabbing all them. Little bit surprised I haven't came across any weapons. I thought you might have in the strong boxes later on, some upgraded weapons, but obviously you have to create them yourself, and you have to have the correct survivors with the correct skill to be able to create them. So, but yeah, we're gonna teleport now. I'm gonna show you some actual gameplay rather than
just want to touch here as well. While we were showing all that off, when the guy that you can hear talking the voiceover, that's who you're battling against basically. And just earlier on when Bobby said he was annoyed with him and he wasn't going to wait for him to finish talking, he sent a blizzard. If you heard the wind howling and that.
I did. I didn't hear him say what he was doing, but is that what he said? He's sending a blizzard for?
Yeah. So when they happen, if you get caught out in the middle of nowhere, you have to get to shelter as quickly as possible. Right, just going to fast travel. Right, so there's the teleport done. So I'm going to pull up and show them where we are now. But I know we said where we was going. So I want to have a bit reminder.
Yeah, so we've teleported over to this outpost. Just like notice there's a tornado not far outside. You can see the little emblem there. But we are going to go over...
Oh, you can see it. If you want to come out, you can see it.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll just come out to we'll have a quick look at it.
Keep away from them.
Hi. Don't get
Can you
involved.
see the sled? Because again, not something to touch on. This game is a little bit buggy, so sometimes if you're in somebody else's game, you can't. So I'm going to grab it anyway because it will teleport us down onto a bit of decent ground, will it?
Yeah, I can never see the sled in your... When you were in my game, you couldn't see the sled outside the base. I can see it once we're on it and stuff like that, but I just don't see it sitting outside the base. Never have been able to.
Alright, so here it is. It's teleported us down from where we were, which was back over there. So this is a sled. The more dogs you get, the faster it goes. So we've got 4 at the minute. There's 2 more to find to get a full 6 dog sled. There's also a little box you can store stuff on in the middle of it, just here.
Yeah, a few bits in there, isn't there?
But as soon as, and it's only the host that can drive it. And as soon as I get on it, it should automatically put Bobby on it.
Yeah, there we go.
Right, I'm just going to put a waypoint on where we're going, which is just around the corner, but just to show people the dogs. These can be a bit buggy as well, can't they?
Yeah. It's actually going really smooth right now, but there's been times when it's been very, very buggy when we've been running along.
Let's move.
As I said, that it got a little bit buggy for us. Well, I've noticed, just a little tip if you're playing the game, any of the riverbeds, if you want to go a long distance, jump into a riverbed, there's less obstacles and the dogs seem to run a lot smoother on them than what are over land, so that's something to look out for. A couple of things that kind of did get on my nerves a little bit with it was, for instance...
Some NMRs.
Oh yeah, let's take these out.
Oh, he just knocked us off.
I nearly died straight away there. Straight away landed into death. Oh, I just hit you instead. He's running at you.
Oh, yeah. There.
He doesn't want to die, does he?
No.
Oh, I'm so close to death. Hold on, I think I seen some health in the sled. I should have grabbed some at the base, I didn't think.
Health isn't instant either, is it? It's slowly over time. And to explain the health bar system, you look at. I can see yours on my screen, so I know you've got a bit of ice on there.
Yeah.
That you can get rid of. You need to have the other healing thing that slowly gets rid of the ice as well. Restores your, because you can't get any health back past that. Right, anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go and get this heart thing. Or nest, that's what we call it.
Oh, no.
One of those dudes. Right, I'm going to go straight for the nest. So you have to run over to it, you press A and you have to smash A to get as quickly as you possibly can. Sort of cleanse the area.
I'm going to get dropped if one of these hits us. One of these hellvines.
Keep rolling around.
I'm just too slow to get him, you know. Oh, we've got a dog.
Oh, got another dog. I can't remember if that's my 5th or the 6th one.
Yeah, because they come in twos,
Obviously,
don't
it
they?
won't put 5 dogs on the sled. You have to put them in 2s. That could be the 6th. I suppose we'll find out in a little bit. These also, when you take these out, always go to them because you get a permanent upgrade. So if you look in the centre of that, there's a quickening shard.
Yeah, I see it.
You always get something off them. They go for your permanent upgrades. Right, so now we've cleansed the area, we should be able now to go and get the wood, which is over to the left side. I'll just put the marker on.
Right there. Oh no, that thing's above us.
Oh yeah, so I mentioned that. That's what I can't remember what that's called now. Is it the
didn't catch its name.
Eclipse?
It might be
I know
the
it's on
Eclipse.
the map.
Is it on the map? I'll have a look. 2 seconds. Let me just get out of the way so I don't get
Yeah, it's called the Eclipse.
Cool.
So that's sort of like where that guy lives, I think. That guy that's tormenting us. And now and again he comes over the area and he'll drop stuff. Does quite a fair bit of damage.
Yeah, it is the Eclipse.
So this is a grove of trees. And you just need to chop one down. As soon as you chopped one down, your followers back at base, the AI will come and harvest this till it's fully depleted. And if you really, really need some, you can go back to the base and tell them to specifically come and get some trees. I've actually got some imbued wood off that, writhing wood. So this is some, again, area specific stuff. I'm finding resources that we've not found before in this video, so that'll enable us to build some stuff that we've not already got.
Yeah, some extra stuff so we can wipe out the full map a little bit easier kind of thing.
Right, back over this way, mate. There's a hunting ground.
I thought I was going the wrong way.
So I need some hunting arrows. Equip those. I've got 12, so we should be all good.
Oh, please say I have brought arrows with us. Guess who hasn't brought arrows?
I've got arrows. I'll be good. So again, hunting area, same as that. You just need to find the deer, shoot with one deer, and it's open for your guys to come and hunt from.
Something I haven't mentioned is in the top left
Right,
corner
where is
you've
he?
got stamina. So if I push left stick and I'll start running, I'm not going to because if the deer's about I'll scare it off, but that runs down
It's over there.
and you have to take your time with it.
Catching a deer. Go ahead. Waste your time.
Did you get it? I don't think that hit. Ooh, it might have.
He's dead. As good as.
No,
There
he's
you
went
go.
down. He's went down.
So again, come over here. Grab the meat off of him. Don't leave them if you do get them, because obviously your guys won't come and skin this. You have to do it yourself.
The withering remains at the butcher's. You can get these put in, and it'll take bits of meat and pelt off them. Is it the withering remains that does that, or is it withering does something else, and there's a different type of remains that'll get the remaining out off it?
There's a few different types of remains. We'll have to double check that.
Yeah, because this one has the Eclipse's power still coursing through it. It says there, so it pulses as if it was still alive. A follower with the hunting skill may be able to process it safely. So this isn't the one that gives you the meat. That'll be a different one. I think it's tainted remains. The other one's called.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But there's two different types, and you have to use. I think it's the butchers for the two of them. Obviously, followers have to have a certain skill to do it. But now that we've got them on the map, see they've turned blue. Is the lumber one, and there is the hunting one, and over here there's a little.
There's a
hut.
little bar next to them as well. If you look at the lumber and the hunting
so
again,
there
the little
is.
white bar next to the dot, that shows you the progress of how much is left before it runs out.
Russ, we've been playing this for a fair few days non-stop, and I have not noticed that bar before.
I will go in over to that hut
Yeah, we're gonna go to
this
the hut.
way.
We're gonna go to the hut. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
cook
the
some meat
huts
there.
that you can see dotted around are ideal to keep in mind if you've got, as we said, blizzard incoming, or if you're just generally cold. Obviously, if you get to areas where it's really cold, you just need to go and warm up.
Yeah, and he chucks cars at you just so you know. He does throw cars at you.
Yeah. Bars and other random stuff. Like that hut thing's just around here. I think this is the one just underneath the rock, so it's just a little hidey hole. Yeah, it is. You alright there? You seem a bit lost.
Yeah, I was picking stuff up.
Keep going.
There's a lockbox on. Let's see what's in it. Now, something you can do when you find
That's
these
it.
outposts, some arrows. Something you can do if you find these outposts, you can sit down, sit around the fire. It'll warm you up. You can see the temperature on the top right there is 17 degrees. Use it to craft certain items. Need to be crafted at the campfire. For instance, you can see on the bottom left there to make arrows has to be at the campfire. Other ones are the same. Obviously, when you're cooking and stuff like that, and chucking a raw meat steak on. But yeah, these are handy little outposts when you're out and about, especially if there's a blizzard, because you can just sleep past it. Or if you've got the eclipse chucking cars at you, you can sleep for a few hours, and it generally happens to be gone. If there's any enemy AIs nearby, though, they will come along and it will abort whatever length of time you said you're going to sleep. I'm just going to hit rest there. I didn't put much wood in, but I can sleep for 3 hours, and it shows you the 3 bars of how everything would be afterwards. So my hunger would be up a little bit. We'll go for 2. Literally, loads in, loads straight back out into the game. There you have it. You can see my hungers went up. It's only been 2 hours, so yeah, it probably hasn't moved that much. If there was a blizzard, it most probably would have. Is he still here? He's still right above where, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually he moves.
It's moving away now.
Yeah.
It is moving now. While I remember it, it's worth mentioning as well, we are playing it in co-op. When you first start the game, you have to play single player until you get your first survivor. Then you can open your game up to co-op.
That's correct, yeah.
Because the second player can take over any of the survivors in the base.
We basically had a race to who could
yes.
find the survivor first, didn't we?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Of course I won.
Yeah. As usual. Ooh. Is that deer from the same campgrounds, or is this from a different one? I would say it's depleted, but there's a deer there. Strange.
I didn't even see him. Where is he? Oh, over there. I can see him.
Let's see if me aim
Gee, he might let us hunt again. That would be good.
Nah, he's nicking off. Ah, I went too fast for him.
He's pegged him there.
I don't know how, because I literally turned and missed. Let's see if he goes down and see if there's
I
anything
dropped
on
him with that one.
Yeah. Nothing on him. Nothing at all.
Right, so he's just a respawn, is he?
Yeah, he's a respawn.
Right.
But yeah, basically the aim of the game is you go up the map, and I'll just quickly show that off now. So let me just zoom out. So, you start down here at your main base. You come up. We've cleared out most of this area here. There's 1 or 2 areas, like there's some lumber there we could get. Get the outpost. Then you can teleport between the main base and the outpost. Work your way up, hitting each outpost every step of the way. Some of these tunnely areas are blocked off. I think one of them is, I think it's that one, so you can't just go straight up. Another 2 outposts there, another one there, and then you come round and there's 2 up here. There's little kind of supply points to find. Well, there's 2 main ones. Sorry, 1 main one, which kind of looks like half of the ring out of Halo. If I can see it on the map, is it going to light up? You can see the spaceship outlined yellow on the right there, and yeah, the half of the ring of Halo, as I call it, on the left. That's full of resources. You have to climb a big mountain to get to it. The spaceship is pretty much end game. Well, close enough, because you can't go to it before you've completely finished, I believe, but it's pretty much end game. We have a tornado coming in, Russ, so we need to move quick. But yeah, that's the aim of the game. Now, I've simplified it there. It's not a quick game by any means. Whilst you're playing, because obviously you've got 2 modes. You've got survival mode and you've got exhibition mode. I played exhibition mode, and I felt like I still had to eat and everything just as much, but the enemies were a little bit easier and there wasn't as many spawning. Boons and blessings didn't count, I believe, in exhibition mode, so it was a bit pointless to play it. Go straight into survival mode, get your items that you need, make sure you've stocked up on food, because you do have to stock up for the survivors and stuff that you've got back at base as well. They will start crying that they're hungry and they can't die, I believe. When you die, what you seen Russ do before when we went to that nest, if I died, Russ would have to do that to me. He has to cleanse you. Got all these like tentacles coming out of you and stuff when you're lying on the floor, because obviously that's the bad guy that's coming for you. And if both of us die, that's when it can go close to, well, finishing up the game. And I think we can die, what, 6 times or something with the amount of... How many you got? Let's have a look. The amount of... I've went on the wrong bit. It's boons and blessings I want. Flames of Hope left 7, so we could die 7 times, and that's correct, Russ. But once we die that extra time, that's it. Game over. Start again.
Yeah, but you keep your, as we said, permanent blessings are kept, and then get to spend your boons. So, not so much of a drag as the first time you played it. I mean, I found this quite interesting. It's buggy. We've been kicked out of the game a few times. I mean, we've completed it once and during the end cutscene I got kicked out, which meant I had to do it again.
Yeah.
That
That wasn't fun.
It is waiting for some fixes. I know there's a list of fixes that are supposed to be coming to the game. I think some of them have been done, some still need to be implemented properly. But overall, it's enjoyable if you can look past some of the major bugs that it's got.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think some of the bugs have got on my nerves a little bit, but I think that's more so because I've been player 2. I've noticed things more. There was a few glitches, like there's an enemy and I cannot remember the name of it. I just called it the big guy, and he has this like tongue that comes out and catches you. And we were on a sled going past, and he caught me, and then I just glitched in the air. But it has only happened the once. It hadn't happened again. When we went past him the second time, he tried to get us and it didn't work. But I started getting annoyed by all the glitches and stuff that were happening. The core of it is a good base game. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it more playing in co-op than what I would playing by myself. I think it is very difficult when you're by yourself. We've both tried it separately. I was on the easier mode and it made no difference whatsoever. It was still just as difficult. But yeah, overall, enjoyable game. Anyone that likes survival games, definitely something you should check out.
Totally agree with that.
Right, so I think we're going to wrap that up there. This has been our preview/review of Fate is Silence. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to stick a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you next time. Say bye, Ross.
Bye.